Will wanted a girl who would lash his arms and legs to the bedpost with his schoolboy neckties and make him beg for mother's mercy. Fuck the guilt out of him, the blood on his hands for having raised his voice and consequently called attention to Bella in the room beneath the club. He walked late-night shady west side streets east of Sacramento Avenue without the knife he never would have had the guts to use anyway, in defense of hooded thieves who were born into a code he could easily die under if he wasn't careful. His life had been a lesser struggle, never a street struggle, never playing hooky to get up on the hustle. He looked to get cornered by a mob, throw up the wrong sign and get beat senseless and left in an alley, to free him from shame and insomnia and guilt suffering. Will wanted to be punished. Instead, he found himself safe under the sheets with Helen, with his arms over his head to breathe better, and she took a hold of one and wrapped it around her chest and breasts, and her perspiration soaked into his skin. The alarm threatened to end the seance in 2 hours, red digital lights on a cluttered table across the room. They should heed the call this time, not like the summer when they slept mornings through and made breakfast afternoon. A bottle of red on the night table, empty, colored their eyes. Gunshots in the alley under the bedroom window did not wake them. 2 hours later, the alarm did not wake them. His dreams continued to turn frightful, and he awoke from the torture of one world to that of another, leapt up and over her and pulled his pants over long underwear, frantically. The sickness in him was inspired neither by fatigue nor alcohol. The sickness pushed into him, constricted him, had him running like mad when there was nothing to run from, like closet politicians from accusing eyes. What the hell, he thought, as he washed his mouth out and took the razor across his neck quickly. It's me now, breaking down, crushed by what has happened. I need to turn this tragedy into triumph. I need to find the man in me and keep a calm head. Why would I let tragedy supplant tragedy? Those who stood on the other side of his responsibility were sleepers who held coffee cups with both hands and said good morning again and again, whose eyes widened when one of them went missing, though no one went out looking. None of us are really needed, that's why, the weakness in him replied. That's also why I ought to take my goddamn time. The icon given him by Bella dangled off the slant of his neck, his hair so recently chopped, and he clasped his hands and prayed to be saved from himself. But there would be no pleading when the soul needed bleeding. Yet